Welcome everyone, Christine here with a video about Malakai Makaisen. The Dwarf Air Force has arrived over here. And also the Dwarf Doomstack with Gotrek, Felix and Ulrika. Though in truth, in this particular battle, I am not so much going to use them as I am going to try and win this battle by just using the Gyrcopters. So, we got a bunch of Gyrcopters with brimstone guns. They have pretty damn powerful stats. Good leadership, good armor, very high speed at 145 for the brimstone guns. Troll hammers, 347 damage, and regular Gyrcopters, 99. But they're gonna obliterate the foes that are standing against me. So this is caravan that just spawned near Zarnagrund, and we have the entire garrison of Zarnagrund, as well as a real army over here. So we got a bunch of units, Bale Taurus, like high-end stuff right there that's going to come in. We are going to go obliterate all of this, like just completely smash it to pieces with the power of the Dwarf Air Force. You know, forget the cast dwarves, forget the Skaven. You look at this and it's like, yeah, that's something, isn't it? Alright, they missed right there, but don't expect things to go just perfectly the first time we go see that. Now, blunderbusses, of course, can do a lot of damage. We're just gonna drop bombs on them. We do have bombs, so why not use them? Now, Chaos Dwarves are kind of one of the worst enemies because a lot of the damage we have is flame damage, right? Guess who's resistant to that? Have fun. Alright, so that's effectively it. Let's target the Lord. They're very, very fast. Honestly, they're probably some of the fastest units in the game right now. Like, I'm not sure exactly what could match them in terms of speed. Okay, they're gonna arrive in 1 minute. Can we kill this army in 1 minute? We probably can, can't we? Or cause it to rout. Let's see if we do it. Alright, let's pull back Ulrika. Damn. Alright, let's disable guard mode because it's like kind of pointless on these units. Like normally you keep guard mode on range units. Alright, he's gone. 27 seconds. $16. Okay. Didn't quite manage it, but of course in a real battle we would have of course used Alright, enemy units incoming. Let's pull back. Flying units incoming, specifically. I think the best units to deal with that will be either the Brimstones and I'm gonna use the Zuflars. Actually, yeah, the Brimstones and the regular ones. Oh, that's so dead. Holy shit. Like, it's like, oh, you just don't look at the target for a second, and it's like dead. Ooh, Hell Cannon projectile. Missed. Or did it? Yeah, those are Hell Cannons. Let's pull back. We got a pretty nasty army over here. Pretty nasty foe to deal with. Alright, they're breaking apart. I think there's some spells coming in there. Let's pull back, pull back. That's a Lamassu. Like, Gotrek and Felix are, like, just chilling. Felix is, like, happy that he doesn't have to risk his freaking life in a life and death situation for once. Okay, I'm gonna have to spread my guys around to deal with all these flying units. Those are the only real problem in this battle. Because there's obviously, like, these are high-end flying units. You normally wouldn't encounter them. But, like, yeah, obviously here we are. And that Lamassu, ooh, that was rough, my dude. Okay, so that's pretty rough, not gonna lie. Flying units would be the vulnerability here. Fun fact, we actually have regeneration on these things. Okay, let's pull back. Okay, Lamassu's dead, I think. Let's try. The issue is they're kind of getting in their way. And like troll hammers are not necessarily the most accurate damn things. Okay, so it's chasing that one. Right, that's gone. I'll consider it a win if I don't have to summon the Spirit of Grugni over here. Though obviously the AI is not necessarily doing a great job here. Ooh, that was Iron Demons. Pull back. There's some damage then, sure. Like most range units would not survive this kind of, most flying units rather would not survive this kind of beating. All right, just pull them back. We got Malakai. We can do a couple of things with Malakai. Let's see. Right, that's almost dead. Let's grab all these engineers. Alright, that's dead. I'll explain why I have a runesmith and just later. But yeah, there is an actual reason for it. It's not just like trolling around. Where's... Alright, Infernal Ironsworn. Okay, let's go deal with those hell cannons. Pull back right there. Still got plenty of ammunition. Oh, oh. That's it. Alright, Gotrek and Felix and the gang they have to hold their own right there. Alright, one hell cannon. Is gone.
Warrior Ogrimnir!
Herr Jäger! Very well!
Fangs bang!
Alright, they're dead.
Gyrcopter! Range fast!
Range far! Range fast!
Let's deal with those Infernal Guard Ironclaves. Fireclaves.
Gyrcopter! Strike out!
Very resistant, guys. Oh, nasty spell.
Take to the air! Gyrcopter!
In some ways, the siege would have actually been better.
Slayer! Let's see how this goes! Drops away!
Get him!
Take him down!
Obviously, it's better if I focus on other units as opposed to
Who was it?
the Infernal Guard.
Shoot our
I mean, they're holding their own. Like, they're barely taking any damage from that entire enemy army. Okay. We can do a couple of things. Like, here's the thing. They're still... like, they're still ground units, so for them to turn around and target us is actually not so easy. But they're obviously, like, Fireclaves are fairly resistant to this damage. Well, maybe not quite as resistant as one might think. Right, so target all of them. Oh, shit. That's not gonna be good. Well, I don't even know what the hell is going on here. I don't know if I even care, really. Like, yeah, well, Rika's taking some damage. She's a bit squishy. Okay, let's target this.
Vengeance! Pick your target well!
Alright, Fireclaves are almost broken. Burn, baby, burn.
For the ancestors!
Okay, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. That was not good. Oof. Okay.
Take him down!
Gyrcopter!
Tucks away! Cousin!
I'm just gonna group these guys because they can fire from longer range. That's actually the main value of the Trollhammer torpedo version. Their range.
Gyrcopter! The clans unite!
Oof. Okay, okay, okay.
Off we go!
Nothing can stop us! On the way!
Alright, pull back. I'm not even controlling this. Like, I don't even care.
I will!
Where are they?
I mean, maybe I should use the pit of shit. You know what? Forget this. Let's just come here and win the battle. Like, no joke. Like, this is an army designed with heroes in mind.
That's an order!
So might as well use the heroes. Okay, sneaky little shits.
Right fast! Blow through! Nothing can stop us! Get him! Gyrcopter! Preparing bombing run! Right! Yes! Pick your targets well! Boy! I've killed a blue!
Glorious!
Gyrcopter! Will do! War of vengeance! Ears of Sapphire!
Fine. Why not? Kill!
Gyrcopter!
Nope. Pull back.
Dive bomb! For the High
Alright, let me get the ones that have a good amount of HP left. Restock some ammunition too.
Ancestors! Take to the air! Gyrcopter!
All steamer heat! Get doing!
Fire on the foe! Kill him! Take to the air!
Alright, they're pulling back there.
There's nothing I can
Yeah, I ended up taking too much damage from the fire glaives. Thought they'd handle that better. I was mistaken, but we can win.
For the Kurtis encore! Yes! Yes! Gyrcopter! They have wronged us! Fly! Now! We demand blood! Move now! Gyrcopter! Shoot our wizards! War of vengeance! No! Take him
All right.
down!
Yeah, that's gonna be a one. Go trick. There we go. And now we pursue, because that's one of the main benefits of this army, like genuinely the pursuit aspect. Okay, we need more ammo. Took a lot of damage, undeniably so. But this is probably the hardest army to actually face in the early game. Okay, let's get these guys. Alright, Pyrrhic victory for the endgame units with tier 2, tier 3 units. That was a hell of a battle. Actually, the vast majority of them have actually been killed there. Only 8% replenishment though. But I can take it.
We're going to battle!
Zarnagrund has fallen, gentlemen. Zarnagrund has fallen. So let me discuss the army right here and the idea behind it. So Legend of Total War did a canon Doomstack video on the subject of Malakai Makaisen, and he said that, one, he called it the 10 out of 10 Doomstack, but he also highly values how, how easy things are to get. these are very easy units to get, except the troll hammers, but that's a special discussion I'll get into in a moment. But like the brimstone guns and the gyrocopters, who did a lot of damage on their own, yeah, they're really good units. But let's consider the things here. That was an endgame army. Like, that was 40 units, the entire garrison of this city, and Syra's army that starts over here in the Vale of Woe. That's one of the hardest fights that you can probably put yourself in, like, turn 34. Unless you literally put an endgame crisis this early in a campaign, or maybe you come over here in the Silver Pinnacle to trigger the vampires through this, that is genuinely the hardest fight you can probably have. Grimgor can win that fight, but not quite like this. Like, it would have been easier in a siege because the AI wouldn't have moved all of its units together. Though, of course, this is an army designed around things. But what is going on here? Well, first off, the second adventure that Malakai has is one that gives him gyrocopter benefits. HP regeneration, vanguard deployment, unit experience, missile strength, missile block chance, and missile block, 360 missile block. So 360 missile block, like, yeah, they're really good. Like, they've got the bronze shield, they've got a lot of armor, they've got a lot of benefits because of Malakai. So Malakai's benefits include 20% missile strength for them, reload time reduction, so they're firing faster, artillery master, so you can get like 30 accuracy, 10 reload skill. Like, the best way to use an army like this is actually not what I did. Like, you have the flexibility of the movement range. They're very, very fast movers, so you can devastate the army, but the most amount of damage is they're going to do that when they're going to be close to Malakai. Just remember that aspect. So that's what Malakai is offering. What about Gotrek, Felix, and Ulrika? Well, Ulrika is not offering all that much right now, but she will in the future. So Gotrek is offering like armor, spell resistance, dependent on what you're facing, of course, but dependent on the enemy, you'll get a bunch of benefits. The real reason I would recommend getting Gotrek is like things like Elf Slayer, if you're going to be dealing with the elves, Demon Slayer, if you're going to be dealing with chaos, ambush defense chance. So that army, it would do very, very well against ambushes, so like not really a problem. But yeah, against Chaos Dwarves, against Chaos, against Elves, any kind of Elves would be great. If you're using Gotrek in an army, you should use Felix in an army. They work very well together, so that's the main reason. Felix is there. The Runesmith is here because of spell resistance and missile resistance, so that's his main benefit, and also like stubborn mastery, so making them more resilient against missile attacks. The engineers, what they offer is mobility, restock, Zufbar Pounder, strangulation, 20% ammo, and speed, 15% unit speed. So that's the reason they're so freaking fast. I've got these free engineers. Ulrika, which I only now am getting, but Ulrika gives you more spell resistance, fire resistance, she can give terror, she can give immune to psychology for the army, and quite crucially, she's reducing enemy leadership for armies in region. And she's also got spells, so she's the only spellcaster you can get outside of like allied recruitment. So if you're making a Doomstack, you want to put Ulrika in there because like her spell capability and her ability of reducing enemy leadership is pretty powerful, especially brimstone guns, because like especially the brimstone's gun, because they're going to reduce enemy leadership regardless. So gyrocopters are better at dealing with single entities, flying units. Flying units, heavily armored flying units will be the biggest problem. But there's not necessarily that many. Like, you won't face an entire stack of Bale Tars, for instance. That might be a problem, but you can always use the Spirit of Grugni, you can always use the Master Engineer, you can always use your heroes to deal with that. Like, I deliberately fought that battle in a way you wouldn't fight that battle in normally. Like, normally you would charge in with your heroes because they're very durable. Like, Gotrek, Felix have healing, your engineers are going to do a lot of things from that range, and Ulrika has a lot of mobility, so she wouldn't get that hurt as she did in that battle. But like, I wanted to see how the gyrocopters alone would deal with that. Now, on top of that, you get the Eyes of Grugni, so ambush defense chance, replenishment. So this army is very cheap. Like these brimstone guns, 200 upkeep. 182. How many armies do I have? So the supply line situation is like I have 8 armies, so if I look at supply lines, it's 24% extra upkeep that I'm getting. I also, of course, benefit from the experience over here from the Grungni. And yeah, so this is an army that you can easily recruit. You can get all of these units at tier 3. Gyrocopters, regular ones, are tier 2 units. What about Troll Hammers? Well, that requires you to get a high Age of Reckoning, so 100% Age of Reckoning to get these. Are they necessary? They're a nice benefit, and crucially, they're really good at killing enemy lords. So if you're fighting enemy lords, like this was one of the reasons I was inspired to make this army, is I was using the Grudge Seller army that had one of these units when fighting Trog in one of my campaigns, and I killed them with one of the unit. That was without upgrades, that was without all the benefits they get. So one single unit of these can kill lords. Maybe not the most powerful lords, maybe they wouldn't kill Archeon, but then you consider like tradition and innovation, so ammunition and range, Dowie firepower, missile resistance, missile strength, reload time reduction. So all of this adds up to being very, very significant here in the campaign. But as for the Age of Reckoning, well, if you play your cards right, you can actually complete every Age of Reckoning. So for your first Age of Reckoning, what you want to do is take out Trog. You want to wait until he's taken Fort of Strahd, then go take Helpit, deal with his armies, and Trog, so you deal with Frot, then Trog will probably come around over here somewhere and try and attack you. You can either try and ambush him or meet him on an open battle. Like, genuinely an army of Dwarf Warriors or Dwarf Warriors with Grey Weapons, let alone other units you can recruit early on, will defeat. Like, you can get Thunderers and Iron Drakes pretty early on in the campaign. Probably going to get even Gyrocopters early on, and that will defeat. Like, you can get a lot of cannons. Like, I'd still recommend starting the first adventure with the cannon ones. Like, you can put all those cannons in an army here and just defeat Trog, and combine that with Helpit, you'll do your first Age of Reckoning. Second Age of Reckoning, go east. You might be tempted to go west, but no, go east. You'll get a lot of grudges over here from the Norskins. You'll get his quest battle by that point. You'll meet Astrogoth, more grudges. And mind you, your second army should defeat Trog. Like, you should play defensively in the first Age of Reckoning. Second Age of Reckoning, you wipe him out. And then you go take all of this, you deal with Wulfric. You'll end up in a very strong position. And there's a grudge to take basically all of Norska, including Azazel. Azazel won't give you a lot of grudges. Like, the mistake I've made is actually going over here too early. You want to go here. You get 2,500 grudges if you take the Monolith and these provinces. But, like, you don't want to go there too early. So Malakai should head east. Once you get to the Darklands, you'll have enough grudges. So that means you'll get 1 Trollhammer Torpedo Grudge Seller. So you can have up to 5 by default. And there's research in the clans that increases that by 1. And I believe, like, Forgrim has something that helps as well. Speaking about Gyrocopters, that was not even their freaking final form, because you can also get more speed for them. You can get more armor. You can get more missile resistance for that. And you can get a bunch of leadership benefits for heroes that you're going to be using. So you end up in an even stronger position. Like, you know, I could easily get like 6 Trollhammer torpedoes in this army. That would be even stronger. But like, this is turn 34. I've done every Age of Reckoning so far, so I've completed 3 of them. On my way of completing a 4th one. But even if I didn't have these Trollhammers, I would still win this battle. Maybe I wouldn't win it as quickly. Maybe I would have had to use the Spirit of Grugni and Heroes. But this army is designed for usage of that. And I can't really think of any army that could easily defeat this. There's 2 options. 2 genuine options, I think. Like, either literal stacks of Chaos Furies, because they're pretty fast and they are more durable than you might think. So those might win. Or fighting against swarms and swarms of Wood Elves that have range. Like, High Elves will not win this. Like, High Elven Archers will not do the damage to defeat this. Simple as that. Like, because you've got missile block chance, you've got a lot of missile resistance, you've got a lot of durability, so they won't do it. And the moment your Brimstone guns go over High Elven Archers, they're toasted alive. Wood Elves? Possibly. But Wood Elves, like, if they had full range stacks? Maybe. Honestly, I'd probably put my money more on Cafe than anything else, but again, the problem is, like, countering flying units, as we've seen in the Thunder Barge, it's not that the Thunderbird is so OP, is that countering a ranged flying unit is something that clearly the game wasn't designed for in a lot of ways. There's a lot of issues with flying units, melee flying units, hitting other flying units, for instance, because, you know, Gyrcopters weren't particularly that great beforehand. Now they're a lot stronger, and then you add Malakai's crazy benefits of missile strength, missile block chance, it ends up being far stronger. Like, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'll even improve this Doomstack and send to Legend, see what he has to think, what he has to say about that. Though, but yeah, like, the Brimstone guns and Gyrocopters, very, very easy to get. Like, you look at the engineering building, Brimstone guns are a tier 3 unit. You want to build this anyway because it improves hero capacity. So now we have a reason to use Gyrocopters. I was skeptical about that. Like, when I started playing Malakai's campaign, I always went for organ guns and cannons. That just made more sense to me. Flame cannons, kind of okay, but, I mean, consider adding even gyro bombers. Though, I'm not sure if they're needed, really. I mean, there's 4 entities right now with gyro bombers, so maybe that's worth testing out. Though, obviously, that's a higher tier unit. But could work, possibly. Though, it would take more turns, but still, pretty available. You don't need a swarm of engineers. There's maybe an argument to be made for replacing Gotrek, Felix, and Ulrika with even more engineers or more Gyrocopters. For my part, I do think that they had enough. Like, at least Gotrek and Ulrika. Felix is just like there for Gotrek, basically. Cosine sign out. Stay tuned for more.